Hello, it's James. I came across an article recently that I just wanted to share with you real quick, and there's a link to it in the text right below, so you can take a look at that. And if you're looking for our weekly training calendar, it's also listed right below as well. So I just wanted to share this with you, and it's something that I saw that impacted me that I thought you might enjoy. It's the 22 habits of unhappy people. You know, we're always talking about how to pump yourself up and how to stay motivated and how to keep going. And yet, what if you have one of those habits of unhealthy people? And there's 22 of them, and yet I'm not going to read, go into detail on all of them. I'm just going to go through them very quickly and just take a moment to kind of think about, do you ever do any of these things? Where do these things show up in your life, and what are the opportunities for you to move forward with those? The first one's chronic complaining. It says one thing that happy, successful people don't do is a lot of complaining. And, well, it's okay to vent. Complaining makes you unhappy. How about this one? Retail therapy. I don't know about you. Anyone ever, have a tough day and say, I need to go shopping? And you run to the mall and you buy yourself new shoes, you feel better, and then a week later, maybe you're unhappy again. Binge drinking, that's another one, right? I mean, everyone knows that we want to be careful about how we consume alcohol, and yet if you binge drink, you're more likely to be unhappy. Worrying about the future. Worrying about the future. It says no matter what you do, you can only have so much impact on what the future has in store for you. So you have little control over what happens, so why spend your time worrying about it? I thought that was fascinating. How about this one? Waiting for the future. So we have worrying about the future, which is one. Another one is waiting for the future, like we think that, well, you're in high school, if I could just get into college. When you're in college, you go, if I could just get a job. When you have a job, well, if I could just get married, if I could just have kids. And then all of a sudden, what's the point? Next one, lack of hobbies. I see this with real estate agents all the time, right? This is all you do. Real estate, real estate, real estate, real estate, real estate. Real estate's not a hobby. Not when it's what you do every day. So what are your other hobbies? I love running. Is it that you like to weave baskets? It doesn't matter. Have a hobby. How about this one? Unhappy people tend to eat poorly. Making bad food choices or eating too much is not only bad for your health, it can make you feel lethargic, guilty, depressed. And when done for periods of time, causes you to gain weight. This one, talking poorly of others. Unhappy people have a tendency to judge other people, the author says, by talking poorly of them. This one obviously sticks out to me. Unhappy people stop learning. And the author says it isn't too hard to become complacent in life. You spend so much time going to school that eventually you get a job and that learning takes a back seat. Learning doesn't need to be a chore, he says. Just like hobbies, get out there and learn something that you're passionate about. For us, there's something going on every week. The whole calendar is listed right below, and of course, all of our training is open to anyone. So if you ever see anything of interest, come and learn something. It's great. But this one, not following through. So you set a goal, you have a plan, you say you're going to put it in action, and then a couple of days later, it's gone. You don't follow through. And that's clearly the difference between people who make it and people who don't, are the ones who take action on their goals and follow through and do what they say they're going to do. The next one is hate your job. Hey, if you hate your job, come talk to me, right? I mean, the beauty about this particular opportunity is that you have so much control over what you do that we can put you in a situation that's going to allow you to move forward very quickly. Loneliness is another one, or how you choose to socialize, right? Get out there and meet people, he says. Unhappy people tend to let negative thoughts enter their mind. We call that your drunk monkey, right, from Bold, and that those negative thoughts get yapping at you, and you have to get rid of your drunk monkey, as the Bold law says. Because that negative self-talk can truly influence how you think and what you do and all that kind of stuff. So get rid of your drunk monkey. This next one, jumping to conclusions. So we start to connect dots that aren't even connected. Unhappy people tend to jump to conclusions. Okay? Unhappy people self-label. Yeah, it says how you talk to yourself can seriously affect your self-image. When you make a mistake, you tell yourself you made a mistake, next time you'll do better. Saying things like you're an idiot or you're a piece of junk, but does nothing but lower your self-worth. And I thought about that recently when you all know I talk about how hot my wife is, and one time I said I didn't deserve to be with someone as hot as her, and someone came up to me afterwards and said, don't tell yourself that. Don't tell yourself that. When you tell yourself that you don't deserve to be with her, then what are you telling yourself? That was fascinating. Next one, not having a goal. Unhappy people don't have goals. One of the most exciting things in life, the author says, is setting a goal and accomplishing it. Happy people tend to have a tendency to make both short and long-term goals. Short-term goals give you many accomplishments that build self-confidence and keep you motivated for the big picture. That's why we're doing the 66-day challenge in our office right now. It gives you a chance to take your long-term goals and break it into something small, right? 66 days is manageable by anyone. We just finished around, and those people feel like they accomplished something, and they did. They accomplished a mini goal, 66 days of lead generation, that moves them towards their big goals of their business goals for this year. So that's a cool thing. I like that. Last two, letting strangers affect your mood. It says the world's a scary place. There's lots of upset people and people who want to drag you down to their level. So unhappy people allow strangers to affect their mood. And finally, wanting more money is the last one. Wanting more money is something that unhappy people want. The research is really interesting about this. It basically says that you can become happy with more money, and that kind of stops. That happiness level that comes from having more money stops at about $75,000. And then after about $75,000, you're not any more or less happy. It's about that point of $75,000 in a year that can, kind of buy happiness, if you will. And yet to get the big picture of that, accumulating and acquiring money doesn't make you happy, and unhappy people want more of it. So there you go. I just wanted to share that with you. I thought that would be of some value, and I posted the link to it right here in the story, and thank you so much for tuning in. All right? Make it a great day and choose to be happy.